and welcome to Fralins and Friends, and we have a new subscriber. Welcome, and hope you stay around. I'm going to be out on the porch again today because it is just so nice, and this is a poetry day. So I'm going to read some of my poems. I need to find a bunch of them on my computer that I buried somewhere. Anyway, these are some of my funnier ones, so I hope you get a kick out of them. The first one is Old Timer's Disease. I peeled the taters in the tub, put them in the bowl to boil, placed a pot roast in the hamper, and covered it all with foil. Then I went to the sitting room to take my morning shower beneath a sprinkler hose that stretched from the spigot near the flowers. Forgot to draw the curtain. Gave the neighborhood a fright. Saw pretty red and yellow lights and men in crispy white. I ran into the kitchen where I dressed up in my salad. The lettuce was scant but tastefully worn, with some spinach and herbs for balance. They swaddled me in a sheet of sorts, led me to their pretty striped van. Then off we flew to a weird sort of zoo. I think that's where I met you. My brother-in-law drew a picture, but it's showing about the shower, and I don't think I ought to show that on mine. Okay, let's find some of the others. Monsters Dinner is one I usually read it around Halloween, but I'll read it now. It's called The Monsters Dinner. Okay, see if I can stop swinging for a minute. All monsters and ghouls had RSVP'd. They would all be to dinner on All Hallows Eve. In formal attire, they would attend this affair, their ghosts in fresh linens of ghastly repair. The goblins with grandiose garb would appear, and vampires in new tatters and tails topped off the list of regales. The children excited to meet their new friends in the old haunted house at the end of the bend. What fanciful fun and fantastical night! All would be honored with harrowing fright. So the cobwebs were spun, the dust newly lain, skeleton catering served, spider egg salad with batwing entrees. With appalling appetite, the blood pudding was slurped. They all jumped to their toes for a dizzying twirl of the wingedy whirl. The monsters and ghouls voted to add their new friends to their hideous guild of gruesome goblins and ghosts. The children now live in the old haunted house at the end of the bend, prefer tricks with their treats and their ghastly new friends. I wonder what happened to those kids. I swear I did not put them in an oven. Sorry. That was supposed to be fun. Astigmatism. I have it. And that's why I wear glasses for reading. Cataract's gone, but still have astigmatism. I wrote a poem about it. And if you want to see what I used to go with the poem, it was this. When you have astigmatism, you see fuzzy. And that is one fuzzy old tub sitting in the yard. It was in my daughter's backyard, and her husband and his dad took me out there so I could see it and take a picture. And my poor little granddaughter was just about 3. She got poison ivy, poor thing. This was out in their back of the lot. I mean, they've got a big lot. They actually had some horses at one time in a big old corral back behind. But I'm going to read this thing. I imagined I could write about the green leaves of spring, brown fall grasses, cold blue water, winter winds, and red summer sunburns. I dreamed my words looked like fairy feathers, lifting spirits into the heavens. You made me feel the ice melting in winter lakes, frozen inside my chest, would make someone cry. Now I look, I have no skill. The frozen lakes are lonely bathtubs, green leaves not vivid, brown grasses devoid of movement, and nobody cares that I have no talent. Kids are out of school. They're all running away down the... No, they're having fun. Okay. Let's see if I have another funny one in here. Oh, yes, we have this one. This one is about the song and the movie. Name of it. The name of it's in here. It's Ghost Riders in the Sky. That's the song. And it's actually been around in the same way for many years. And I will read it. It's called Blazing Hooves. Many believe cowboys never die, but Stan made hooves flame across the sky. He let ghost cattle scrape the atmosphere, cowboys singing their flaming colts on the drive. Mr. Jones made dead cowboys sing. Many tried to set the fire to the skies, but none cracked the lightning whip, made the heart race with the gallop of the crooning outlaws. The strings and drums beats drove sparking hooves. Harmony of real ghost song set the blaze of the hellhound herders across the flaming skies. This is kind of a tribute to Stan Jones. He wrote this song, Ghost Riders in the Sky, back in the 40s. And the Outlaws have been, I think, the best ones vocally with all the music behind it. And it has not changed its tempo, its words, or any of that since, even in the movie. And they didn't really have the words, I don't think. They did have the... And it's a very fast pace, but I think he was kind of ahead of his time, at least with that song. And I don't know how much more time I have, but whatever time I don't have, I'll just delete, read it another time. But I'm having too much fun. For one thing, I gotta correct myself every once in a while. That's way too low. I get tongue-tied. Oh, okay, they're not all funny. This one is about my favorite dog. When they first put me on disability, the kids and Joe got me a Sheltie, a little Sheltie. And there's a picture of her. She loved her time outdoors, which she was an indoor dog, but She loved to have her time outside. So I wrote Eulogy for Duchess after she passed away. Something woke me at 4:30. I thought it was time to get up, till I looked at the clock, but didn't look behind me. I rose at 7, not bright, to lay on the sofa and sloth the morning. Thought my husband outside with the Duchess. She was a Mother's Day gift in 1997. The runt, no bigger than a kitten. Then were the times she lay on my chest and slept as I napped. That sweet little pup. There were times she lay on my chest and slept as I napped. That sweet little pup who would smile for a romp on the floor with a sock. That dog learned to roll, to sit, to lay. She even learned to heel. She loved the leash for a walk until arthritic hips slowed her. We aged together, that girl who barked when she got out of place, when we got out of place. Who barked when we got out of place. 11 years a companion. Her regal nose in the air, she surveyed the kingdom to see no intruder disrupted the domain. Then that morn, I didn't know, but something was not quite right. Joe came in the door saying he had some bad news. I could see the pain in his eyes. I found Duchess this morning. She didn't come when I called. I'm sorry she died in the night. I looked at her spot, not surveyed till that moment. I hung my head in pain. My tears touched my cheek. Joe held me close. I still glance at her place on the floor, forget and call her name. After all this time, but I'm gonna quit with that one. So I hope you had a little fun and maybe a little bit of, I don't know, not real sadness. It's been a long time ago since Duchess passed, but it still stings. She was my favorite dog. She was my own. But she was a shepherd. I mean, she was Shetland. Is what a lot of people call a miniature collie, but they are a Shetland sheepdog, and they always call them Shelties. So they are herding dogs, and so they want people in their place. They've got a place for you, and if you are meddling around and just not, she's going to come after you. Make sure you get back to your spot. She was. And so Christmas with the kids and stuff was always fun, but we got to the point where we would kind of put her in the bathroom. But I can't remember if we had the bathroom upstairs yet then. I think we did. But she was our dear Duchess. I'm going to leave you with that. I love you all. Nice smack. I'm getting proud of those. Smile and wave, there's yours. It's such beautiful weather here. I hope it is there. If you do get out and about, please smile and wave at somebody who might just need that little bit of friendship and acknowledgement. It might get them through a day. Might help you feel better too. See you tomorrow. Love you. Good night.